Okay, I've got a lot to remember for this shoot, so in order to make this a hobby vlog, I need you to remind me to take this one fucking miniature and some random paints so I can paint while I'm there and it justifies it as a hobby vlog, okay? This miniature, remember it, alright? And some paint. Okay, remember that, yeah? Remind me on the way out. Cool. What's up, my movers and shakers? I'm Dave. This is my living room and I'm about 10 minutes from walking out the door and heading to Bulgaria for a week. So why am I making this video? Well, in the last hobby vlog I did, some of you guys said that you were interested in seeing what I did for my day job, or at least part of my day job, because there's a few different things I do. And predominantly I work in corporate video production, specialising in big pharma, machine and chemical production. But what's different and special about this shoot is that I'm actually shooting. Because for like 10 or 11 years I've been a sound designer, dubbing artist and composer for movies. And even though I do shoot and edit and produce my own shit for this channel, it's very different from shooting in a live moving environment with lots of different variables, lots of different people to account for, and essentially just kind of, you've got to capture a process. And thankfully I am traveling with Michael from my company, who handles video, handles edits, directs shoots. So basically I'm in good hands and all I basically need to do is do what he says and not f it up. So that's okay. And if I can do something with a little bit of chip spice, a little bit of razzle dazzle on the side, well, that's a bonus for him, it's a bonus for the company, and it's a bonus for my own self-satisfaction. That sounds selfish. Do a good job, make me happy. There we go, that sounds good. I should probably go. Yes, I should probably go. See you later, boos. So, what's it like travelling during a pandemic? Well, it's confusing, really. Hardly any f***er is wearing a mask, and I feel like we're shouldering the burden of the UK's population by keeping them on like a couple of squares or something. Leaving the UK was fine, and given I was greeted in Bulgaria with handshakes and hugs, I can see why getting into the country was a bit of a doddle. It pretty much feels like it just doesn't exist out there, which is weird and surreal. So what are we doing out here? Okay, basically when a company wants to show off their facilities to investors, new clients or new staff, or just to pat themselves on the back really, we go in like the A-team, document a lot of what's going on, make it look real pretty and send them back a complete video. And I should probably take a second to talk about equipment, since that's been such a big hurdle for me over the last year of doing this channel. Now, most of this footage is shot on the Canon M50. It's a 600-pound mirrorless camera with dual pixel autofocus at 1080p, up to 120 frames and 4K 25 frames. Speaking of mirrorless, let's get that shit out of the way right away. We've got a Viltrox EFM to EF adapter on there. My usual run and gun lens is this lightweight Sigma Art 30mm 1.4, which I bought from Luke at Geek Gaming Scenics. On the end of that is a Promus black quarter strength filter. This flares out light sources and takes some of that digital sharpness away. It also kind of softens contrast a little bit. All in all, it's an 1100 pound rig that really punches above its weight. I use it for all my YouTube stuff now and probably will for at least the foreseeable future. terms of the cameras we're actually using on this shoot though, the company has two main production cameras, the Sony FS5 and the Sony FS7. They're both pretty old now, but it doesn't especially show. And this is what they look like. You know, like say my color work and grading isn't the best, I don't fully understand it, but there's way more detail here, especially in the color depth and in the blacks. I only have so much wiggle room when I'm using the Canon because it's 8-bit color, and the FS cameras have 12-bit as far as I'm aware. But the benefit of the M50 on a shoot like this is that, well, it fits on a gimbal, no dramas, because it weighs all. I can bob it on a stick, crack the slow motion mode on, hit that sweet dual pixel autofocus in 1080 and actually just physically run with it. Again, it's not perfect, but it's an £1,100 rig on a stick held by a man with the perpetual shakes. So I'd say this stuff is pretty good considering. Now on to our last toy, and it's easily the most impressive to look at. DJI Inspire 2, and well, its legs go up when it starts flying. That's probably the coolest thing about any drone ever. The camera mounted on it is a Zenmuse X4S, which, despite how it looks, is amazingly the lowest grade camera you can get for this model of drone. Bulgaria is a beautiful country, as you can see, and I could have happily stayed another few days, but I've got 10 days of quarantine in my house waiting for me when I get home. So I should probably get that started. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, big love to my patrons, big love to the subscribers, and thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time for more painting, hobby, and Warhammer content. Cheers, I'm out of here.